There is a very serious HGHT going behind your back about you. You have been removed. My beloved child, listen carefully, because what I am about to reveal was never meant to reach you this soon. You didn't stumble into this moment by chance. Something serious has been unfolding behind your back, quietly, intensely, with voices raised and decisions made while your name was spoken in rooms you were never invited into. This was not a small disagreement. This was a full confrontation, a clash of intentions, a hidden battle centered entirely around you. Stay till the end, because the truth carries weight, and once you hear it, nothing about your recent confusion will feel random anymore. Right now, you may feel a strange shift, people acting different, energy changing, silence where there used to be warmth. That is because a decision was made without your consent. You were deliberately removed from a situation, a plan, or a conversation that once depended on you. And the shocking part is this: not everyone agreed with that decision. There was resistance. There was anger. Someone defended you fiercely, while another pushed hard to erase your presence. This is where the fight began. Don't skip this moment, because what you think was rejection was actually fear, fear of your influence, your strength, and what happens when you stay. Something huge is waiting for you on the other side of this revelation. The removal was not the end, it was a trigger. The argument behind your back exposed who is real and who was never meant to walk beside you. What was hidden is now cracking open, and the truth is starting to surface in ways even they didn't expect. Stay till the end of this journey, because what comes next is not loss, it's alignment. What they tried to shut down is about to rise stronger, clearer, and impossible to ignore. Listen closely now, because what was said after you were removed carries more power than the act itself. The fight did not end when your name was pushed aside, it intensified. Voices lowered, then rose again, because once you were no longer present, the truth became harder to hide. Someone questioned the decision. Someone demanded reasons. And in that moment, cracks formed in alliances that once looked unbreakable. This is why the atmosphere around you feels tense even in silence. You were not forgotten, you became the center of an uncomfortable truth they can no longer ignore. Stay till the end, because this part explains why everything feels unstable right now. What you don't see is the fear beneath their arguments. Your removal exposed how much weight you actually carried. Plans slowed down. Confidence weakened. The absence of your presence created gaps no one else could fill, and that realization sparked regret in places you wouldn't expect. One person tried to justify pushing you out, but their words didn't land the way they expected. Another saw clearly that removing you solved nothing, it only revealed who depended on you more than they admitted. Don't skip this, because this is where power quietly shifts. When people argue about you in your absence, it means your value was never small. Something huge is waiting for you beyond this moment of separation. The fight behind your back is still echoing, and its outcome is already shaping what comes next for you. You were removed from one space, yes, but only to be protected from something that was no longer aligned with your rise. What feels like exclusion is actually redirection. Stay till the end of this unfolding story, because the same people who tried to decide your fate without you are about to face a reality they can't control. And when that happens, your position will no longer be questioned. It will be undeniable. Pay attention now, because this is the moment where silence turns into consequences. After the arguments faded, something unsettling happened. People began to realize the damage could not be undone. The room went quiet, not because peace was restored, but because truth had landed too hard to argue with. Your absence started speaking louder than your presence ever did. Tasks stalled. Confidence dropped. And the same people who once nodded along suddenly questioned why things felt incomplete. This was never about removing you, it was about underestimating what you carried. Stay till the end, because this realization is the turning point. Behind closed doors, regret began to surface, even if it was never admitted out loud. Someone replayed old moments, remembering how often you were the reason things worked smoothly. Another tried to move forward without you, only to realize that the momentum they relied on quietly came from your energy. This is where the tension deepened. Because once people see the truth, they can't unsee it. Don't skip this part, because the shift happening now is subtle but powerful. You are no longer just a name mentioned in conflict, you are the missing piece everyone feels but no one can replace. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's closer than you think. The fight behind your back didn't weaken you, it exposed the limits of the space you were in. What's forming now is a new awareness, one that places you beyond the reach of small decisions and hidden agendas. The removal wasn't punishment, it was separation from confusion. Stay till the end of this unfolding path, because what comes next is clarity. The same people who argued over you are beginning to understand that losing access to you changed everything. And that understanding is about to open a door you never had to fight for. Now listen, because this is where everything quietly flips in your favor. After the arguments, after the regret, after the heavy silence, a new realization settled in, and it was impossible to escape. The people involved understood that removing you didn't simplify anything, it complicated everything. Decisions became slower. Confidence felt forced. The structure they believed was strong began to wobble. This is the moment they stopped talking about you and started feeling the consequences without you. Stay till the end, because this part reveals why the shift around you feels irreversible. What happened next was subtle, but powerful. Someone tried to step into your place and failed. Another attempted to recreate what you naturally brought, only to realize it couldn't be copied. That's when the narrative changed. You were no longer described as optional or replaceable. You became the unspoken standard. Even those who pushed for your removal now feel the pressure of that choice. Don't skip this, because this is where truth works silently, when people must live with what they decided, without the ability to undo it easily. Something huge is waiting for you beyond this moment, and it's not an apology, it's elevation. You were removed from one environment because your next position demands clarity, respect, and alignment. The fight behind your back was never meant to harm you, it was meant to reveal where you no longer belong. Stay till the end of this unfolding chapter, because what's forming now is not a return to the past. It's a step into a space where your presence is recognized before it's questioned, where your value doesn't need defending, and where what they lost becomes what you outgrow. Feel this moment carefully, because this is where understanding settles into strength. After everything that happened, after the arguments and the silent realizations, the energy around your name began to change. Not outwardly, not loudly, but deeply. People stopped trying to justify their actions and started adjusting their behavior. That alone tells you everything. When explanations disappear and actions shift, it means the truth has already won. Stay till the end, because this part explains why you suddenly feel calmer even without answers. You may notice that you no longer feel the urge to chase clarity or demand explanations. That's because something inside you already knows. You were never meant to fight for a place that required conflict to keep you. The removal cut emotional cords you didn't realize were draining you. Meanwhile, the same people who thought they gained control are now operating under pressure, trying to hold together something that only worked when you were there. Don't skip this, because this is the moment your power quietly returns to you. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's arriving through peace, not chaos. The fight behind your back was the final test of that environment, and it failed. What comes next is alignment with people and situations that recognize your value without debate. Stay till the end of this unfolding path, because you are stepping into a phase where you are no longer discussed in secret rooms, you are chosen openly. And once that happens, the past loses its grip, and your future begins to speak louder than anything that was ever said about you. Notice what is happening now, even if no one has said a word to you. The noise behind your back has faded, but its impact is still moving through everything connected to you. When arguments end without resolution, it's because reality has already decided. The situation adjusted itself the moment you were removed, and not in the way they expected. What once felt controlled now feels unstable to them. Stay till the end, because this is why the pressure you felt has begun to lift. There is a quiet separation taking place, energetic, emotional, and purposeful. You are no longer entangled in confusion or divided intentions. While others are trying to manage the aftereffects of their choices, you are being repositioned without effort. That's the part they didn't plan for. Don't skip this, because this is where clarity replaces chaos. When you stop being involved in hidden conflicts, you regain your focus, and that focus becomes momentum. Something huge is waiting for you, and it doesn't require your explanation or defense. The removal was not about loss, it was about protection and preparation. What you're stepping into next demands a clear mind and a stronger foundation. Stay till the end of this unfolding chapter, because the chapter you were taken out of has already closed. And the one opening now will not need secret meetings or whispered arguments to decide your worth, it will recognize it instantly. Stay present with this moment, because this is where distance turns into advantage. As time passes, the separation becomes clearer, not as a wound, but as relief. You may notice that you are no longer pulled into unnecessary tension or emotional noise. That is not accidental. When you were removed, you were also released from burdens you were never meant to carry alone. Behind the scenes, the same people are still adjusting, still compensating, still feeling the gap you left. Stay till the end, because this contrast is important. What's powerful now is that you are no longer reacting, you are observing. And from this position, you see patterns you couldn't see before. The fight that happened about you revealed more about others than it ever revealed about you. Their struggle continues because it was built on control, not balance. Don't skip this, because awareness is what transforms distance into strength. When you step back, you stop feeding what drains you. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's unfolding quietly, without resistance. The space you've entered is one where your presence will not be debated or defended, it will be welcomed. Stay till the end of this journey, because the moment you stop being the topic of secret conflict, you become the focus of open opportunity. And that shift changes everything about how your next chapter begins. Remain still in this awareness, because this is where everything starts aligning without effort. You might feel a strange calm, even though nothing has been fully explained to you yet. That calm is not confusion, it's confirmation. When you were removed, a heavy layer of emotional responsibility was lifted from you. What once demanded constant adjustment from your side no longer has access to your energy. Behind the scenes, they are realizing how much stability you provided simply by being yourself. Stay till the end, because this calm is the signal that you are moving into something cleaner and stronger. What's unfolding now doesn't need urgency or force. While others are trying to fix what feels broken, you are being redirected toward what actually fits you. This is why opportunities may start appearing unexpectedly, or why certain doors feel easier to open than before. Don't skip this moment, because ease is not a coincidence, it's alignment. The fight behind your back was loud, but your next step arrives quietly, without resistance, without explanation. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will meet you where you are, not where you were removed from. The separation created space, and space is where growth happens. Stay till the end of this unfolding truth, because the chapter ahead doesn't require you to prove yourself. It only requires you to show up as you are, clear, grounded, and finally free from the weight of other people's unresolved conflicts. Hold this moment gently, because this is where understanding turns into quiet confidence. By now, you may sense that you no longer need answers from the past to move forward. The fight that happened behind your back has already served its purpose, it revealed what could not support your growth. What once felt personal now feels distant, almost irrelevant. That shift inside you is not accidental. It means your focus has moved from what was taken to what is forming. Stay till the end, because this inner change is the real breakthrough. As time moves on, you'll notice that the people who argued about you are still circling the same issues, while you are stepping into clarity. That contrast matters. It shows you were never the problem, they were struggling with direction, and your presence only highlighted it. Don't skip this, because this is the moment you stop carrying responsibility for outcomes that were never yours to manage. When you release that weight, your energy becomes sharper, more intentional. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's rooted in self-trust. The removal was a redirection away from limitation and toward purpose. Stay till the end of this unfolding path, because what's ahead does not require validation from those who doubted you. It will confirm itself through results, through peace, and through the undeniable feeling that you are exactly where you need to be. Stay with this truth, because this is where everything finally settles into place. The noise from the past no longer has the power to pull you backward. What once demanded emotional energy from you now feels quiet, almost finished. That's because the situation that removed you has reached its natural limit. Without your presence, it can only repeat itself, never evolve. Stay till the end, because this realization brings closure without confrontation. You may begin to notice a new sense of certainty in your decisions. Doubt fades when you are no longer surrounded by mixed intentions. The fight that happened behind your back exposed confusion, not strength. And now, as you move forward, you are doing so with clarity that doesn't need approval. Don't skip this moment, because confidence born from understanding is unshakable. You are no longer reacting to what was done, you are choosing what comes next. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's built on alignment rather than effort. The removal was the final separation from a cycle that could not take you further. Stay till the end of this unfolding chapter, because what you are stepping into now recognizes your value instantly. There will be no debates, no hidden discussions, only forward movement, guided by purpose and grounded in peace. Stay grounded in this moment, because now the deeper truth is being revealed. What happened behind your back was not just a disagreement, it was exposure. When you were removed, the structure that depended on silence and avoidance was forced into the open. People had to face questions they had been delaying for a long time. That's why things feel unsettled even now. The fight didn't end cleanly because it uncovered unresolved issues that existed long before you were involved. Stay till the end, because understanding this will free you from carrying blame that was never yours. As days pass, the weight of that decision continues to press on those who made it. You may sense attempts to regain control, subtle efforts to rewrite the story, or quiet observations being made from a distance. This is not coincidence. When someone removes a key presence without resolving the root problem, instability follows. Your absence has become a mirror they cannot avoid. And while they struggle to stabilize what's cracking, you are no longer tied to the pressure of maintaining something that was already fragile. This is where your strength grows, through detachment, not reaction. Let this sink in fully. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is connected to clarity and self-respect. The removal separated you from constant tension and placed you on a path where your energy is no longer questioned or diluted. What lies ahead will feel different. Not rushed, not forced, not heavy. It will feel intentional. Stay till the end of this unfolding journey, because you are entering a phase where your presence brings balance, not conflict. And once you step fully into that space, what happened behind your back will no longer define you, it will simply explain why you had to move forward without looking back. Remain attentive now, because this is where patience begins to reveal its reward. You may notice that the urge to explain yourself has completely faded. That silence is powerful. It means you have outgrown the need to be understood by people who never truly listened. The fight that happened behind your back is no longer active, but its outcome is still unfolding. Decisions made in secrecy have consequences that surface slowly, and those consequences are no longer touching you. Stay till the end, because this separation is working in your favor more than you realize. What's changing now is your perspective. You are no longer measuring your worth by how others respond to you. Instead, you are becoming aware of how much lighter life feels when you stop carrying invisible expectations. The space created by your removal has given you room to breathe, to think clearly, and to realign with what matters. Don't skip this, because clarity is not dramatic, it's steady. And steady clarity leads to lasting growth. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's built on freedom. The chapter that closed behind your back was never meant to continue with you in it. What opens next will feel honest, respectful, and grounded. Stay till the end of this unfolding truth, because you are stepping into a phase where your presence is not tolerated, it is valued. And once you experience that, there will be no desire to return to anything that required silence to survive. Stay fully present now, because this is where everything you went through starts making deep sense. What was once confusing is becoming clear, and what felt heavy is slowly losing its weight. The removal, the arguments, the hidden tension, all of it was pointing toward one truth: you were standing in a space that could not grow with you anymore. The fight behind your back wasn't about excluding you, it was about others struggling to keep up with the version of you that was emerging. That's why resistance showed up instead of support. Stay till the end, because this realization changes how you see your past completely. You are now entering a phase where strength comes from stillness. You are no longer chasing validation or clarity from people who operate through control and fear. The absence of noise around you is not emptiness, it's space. Space for intention, for discernment, for rebuilding on your own terms. Behind the scenes, those who argued over you are now dealing with the outcome of their choices, while you are no longer required to participate in that cycle. Don't skip this moment, because understanding this releases you from emotional attachment to outcomes you never controlled. You are learning that peace is a form of power. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's rooted in self-trust. The version of you stepping forward now is calmer, clearer, and far more grounded than before. You don't need to announce your growth, it will be felt. What comes next will not require secrecy or conflict to function. It will feel natural, supportive, and aligned. Stay till the end of this unfolding chapter, because the separation you experienced was not rejection, it was preparation. You are being positioned for environments where your presence strengthens the whole, not threatens it. And once you step fully into that space, everything that happened behind your back will finally feel like the push that moved you exactly where you were meant to be. Stay aware of this moment, because this is where quiet certainty replaces every unanswered question. You may realize that you no longer replay the past the way you used to. The arguments, the removal, the hidden conversations have lost their emotional charge. That's because your inner position has shifted. You are no longer standing at the edge of something trying to be let back in. You are walking forward without needing permission. The fight behind your back has faded into background noise, while your direction has become clearer than ever. Stay till the end, because this clarity is the foundation of what comes next. What's powerful now is your discernment. You can sense what aligns with you and what doesn't without overthinking it. Situations that once drained you are no longer attractive, and people who thrive on tension no longer have access to your attention. This isn't avoidance, it's maturity. You've learned that not every door that closes needs to be reopened. Don't skip this, because this awareness protects your energy and sharpens your focus. You are no longer pulled by what once felt urgent but was never essential. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's unfolding through intentional steps, not force. The chapter you are entering values clarity, respect, and mutual understanding. There will be no need for hidden discussions or power struggles. Stay till the end of this unfolding journey, because the life forming ahead of you will feel steady and real. And when you look back, you won't feel anger toward what happened, you'll feel gratitude for the separation that guided you toward something far more aligned with who you have become. Let this sink in slowly, because this is the part most people never reach, the moment where strength becomes permanent. By now, you can feel that you are no longer waiting for closure. You are no longer checking for signs or replaying conversations in your mind. That chapter has lost its grip on you. The fight that happened behind your back served its final purpose. It showed you exactly where your growth could no longer be contained. What once felt like exclusion now feels like release. Stay till the end, because this understanding locks your power in place. You are beginning to move differently, not louder, not faster, but wiser. Your reactions have softened, not because you are weak, but because you no longer need to prove anything. The people who argued about you are still navigating the consequences of acting without clarity, while you are stepping into a rhythm that feels stable and grounded. This is the quiet advantage. You didn't win by confrontation. You won by alignment. Don't skip this realization, because this is where emotional independence is formed. When you stop needing others to confirm your worth, you become untouchable. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is built on consistency and trust. The next space you enter will not require you to shrink, adjust, or explain your presence. You will be met with recognition, not resistance. The removal you experienced was not an ending, it was the final filter clearing the way forward. Stay till the end of this unfolding truth, because you are no longer being positioned for survival, you are being positioned for stability. And once you step fully into that space, you will understand that everything that happened behind your back was simply the last push away from what could never support the person you were becoming. Stay with this awareness, because now the future begins to speak louder than the past ever did. You may notice that your focus is naturally shifting toward what excites you instead of what once confused you. That's a sign of real movement. The fight behind your back has lost its relevance because your life is no longer orbiting around it. What once felt like a defining moment is now just a reference point, a reminder of how far you've already moved forward. Stay till the end, because this shift marks the beginning of a stronger phase. What's emerging now is confidence rooted in experience, not hope. You've seen what misalignment looks like, and because of that, you recognize alignment instantly when it appears. You no longer tolerate unclear intentions or hidden agendas. This isn't guardedness, it's clarity. Don't skip this, because discernment is one of the greatest strengths you carry now. It ensures that what enters your life next adds to your peace instead of testing it. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's connected to direction, not recovery. You are not rebuilding, you are advancing. The removal created space for purpose to step in without resistance. Stay till the end of this unfolding chapter, because the road ahead is not about fixing what was broken. It's about expanding into what fits you fully, without compromise, without confusion, and without the need to look back. Take a deeper breath here, because this is where inner authority fully awakens. You are no longer processing what happened, you are mastering what it taught you. The fight behind your back was never meant to be revisited, it was meant to recalibrate you. And now, you can feel it, your decisions carry weight, your boundaries hold firm, and your silence speaks with confidence. You don't need to announce your growth. It's already evident in how you move, how you choose, and what you no longer entertain. Stay till the end, because this stage defines the tone of everything ahead. There is a powerful shift happening within you that few people ever reach. You are no longer driven by urgency or fear of missing out. You trust timing. You trust discernment. And most importantly, you trust yourself. The people who once debated your value are still negotiating their uncertainty, while you have stepped into self-leadership. This is where your energy becomes selective, intentional, and grounded. Don't skip this moment, because this is where you stop reacting to life and start directing it. When your inner alignment is strong, external chaos loses its influence completely. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will recognize you by your steadiness. What's coming next won't arrive through conflict or pressure, it will arrive through resonance. Opportunities will meet you at your level, not pull you down to explain yourself. Stay till the end of this unfolding journey, because the person you are now does not fit into hidden arguments or silent battles. You belong in spaces that are clear, respectful, and forward-moving. And once you step fully into that reality, you'll understand that everything that happened behind your back wasn't a loss of position, it was the moment you claimed your own. Pause here and feel the steadiness you now carry, because this is where resilience becomes natural. You may notice that situations which once would have shaken you no longer have the same effect. That's growth in its purest form. The fight that happened behind your back no longer defines the narrative. It simply explains why you had to move beyond it. You are no longer shaped by reaction, you are shaped by intention. Stay till the end, because this calm strength is the platform for what comes next. Your presence is changing, even if you haven't spoken a word about it. People respond differently now, sensing clarity where there used to be uncertainty. You are not forcing distance, it happens automatically when you stop tolerating confusion. This is not isolation, it's refinement. Don't skip this moment, because refinement determines the quality of everything you allow into your life. When you become selective, what aligns with you rises naturally. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's arriving through stability. The next chapter will not demand emotional labor or hidden endurance. It will feel balanced and intentional. Stay till the end of this unfolding truth, because you are no longer stepping into situations that test your worth. You are stepping into spaces that respect it. And once you experience that, the past fades completely, replaced by a future that feels grounded, clear, and unmistakably yours. Stay anchored in this moment, because this is where everything inside you finally locks into place. You are no longer carrying lessons as questions, you are carrying them as wisdom. The fight behind your back, the removal, the silent decisions, all of it has now transformed into understanding. You don't feel the need to revisit it, correct it, or explain it. That chapter has already given you what it needed to give. Stay till the end, because this level of acceptance is not passive, it is powerful. You are beginning to notice that your energy has become firm yet calm. You don't rush. You don't overextend. You don't chase clarity from anyone. That's because you have stepped into self-assurance that doesn't require confirmation. While others are still navigating uncertainty and second-guessing their choices, you are grounded in direction. This is the advantage that comes from walking away without resentment. Don't skip this, because this is where emotional mastery lives, when peace becomes your default, not your reward. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's built on continuity. What comes next will not arrive in fragments or confusion. It will be steady, consistent, and supportive of who you are now. Stay till the end of this unfolding journey, because you are no longer being shaped by what was taken from you. You are being defined by what you chose to become. And once you fully step into that truth, everything that happened behind your back will feel like the final clearing that made room for a future that finally matches your strength. Stay steady here, because this is where forward motion becomes undeniable. You are no longer reflecting on what happened, you are living beyond it. The distance between who you were then and who you are now is real, and it's growing every day. The fight that once unfolded behind your back has lost its power to define anything about you. It no longer shapes your choices or your confidence. That's how you know you've moved on, not by forgetting, but by outgrowing. Stay till the end, because this is the moment momentum becomes natural. What's important now is how effortlessly you protect your peace. You choose clarity over chaos without needing to explain yourself. You recognize when something aligns, and when it doesn't, you let it pass without resistance. This is not indifference, it's discernment. You've learned that not every situation deserves your energy, and not every voice deserves your attention. Don't skip this moment, because this is where strength shows up as consistency. When you are consistent with your standards, life responds with stability. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's already forming around the person you've become. The next chapter won't demand emotional endurance or silent compromise. It will feel steady, honest, and grounded in mutual respect. Stay till the end of this unfolding path, because you are stepping into a phase where your presence adds value simply by being there. And when you look back, you'll understand that what once felt like removal was actually release. Making space for a future that finally meets you at your level. Stay fully with this moment, because this is where your transformation becomes complete. You are no longer defined by reaction, memory, or emotion tied to the past. What happened behind your back has been fully processed, not with bitterness, but with understanding. That understanding has settled deep inside you, turning experience into strength. You don't feel the need to revisit old doors or reopen old conversations. You've moved beyond them naturally. Stay till the end, because this is what true closure feels like. You now move with a quiet certainty that doesn't seek attention. Your choices are deliberate. Your boundaries are firm. And your energy is focused forward. While others are still adjusting to the consequences of their decisions, you are building stability without noise. This is not luck. It's the result of clarity earned through experience. Don't skip this, because this is the phase where inner alignment shapes outer results. When your actions and values match, progress becomes steady and real. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will meet you where you stand now, not where you used to be. The future ahead respects your growth and supports your direction. Stay till the end of this unfolding chapter, because you are stepping into a space where you no longer need to adapt to survive. You will be supported to grow. And once that happens, everything that occurred behind your back will feel like the final chapter of a story you have already outgrown. Stay present for this final truth, because this is where everything comes together. You are no longer on the edge of becoming, you have arrived. The fight that once happened behind your back has completely lost its meaning in your life. It served as a dividing line between who you were and who you are now. You didn't need revenge, explanations, or validation to move forward. You needed clarity, and you claimed it through growth. Stay till the end, because this understanding seals your transformation. You now stand in a place of calm authority. Your past no longer pulls at you, and your future no longer feels uncertain. You trust your direction, your timing, and your ability to choose what aligns with you. The noise that once surrounded your name cannot reach you here. This is not distance. It's elevation. Don't skip this realization, because it marks the end of inner conflict. When peace becomes permanent, nothing external can disturb it. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is already responding to the version of you that exists now. The chapter ahead will not question your worth or debate your presence. It will welcome you fully. Stay till the end of this journey within yourself, because you have outgrown hidden battles and silent removals. You are stepping into a life that is clear, grounded, and built on respect. And with this final step, the story of what happened behind your back closes, not as a wound, but as the moment that set you free.